Hey friends, it's your girl Johnny and I'm back with another video. I hope everybody had an amazing week and welcome back. In today's vlog, I want to talk a little about my brand's Bougie on a Budget, which is here on YouTube, and Goddess Trends, which is my swimwear boutique. It's a vacation brand, and I will link the website down below, but it's goddesstrends.store. I just want to talk to you guys a little about how I got this far with being able to build a brand, starting with IG modeling. I know it's a lot of crap said about IG modeling, but that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about how I got into IG modeling. I don't really even think I considered it IG modeling, but that's what we're going to talk about. How I got started, my experience doing it, and how I was able to use that to create several different businesses. So if you want to learn a little bit more about me and my brands and, you know, just the nitty gritty, stay tuned. So I didn't just want to come on YouTube and just drop a brand called Bougie on a Budget without telling you guys just a little bit about what even inspired me to want to create the brand. With IG modeling, and even if you don't model on Instagram, if you even are somebody who have an Instagram account and you post your life and certain things about you, people expect for you to be living a certain type of life. You know what I'm saying? So of course, this whole Instagram culture is set up for everybody to portray the fact that they live in a lavish life. And it just so happens that when you happen to be in a business of fashion, people, I guess, automatically group you in that category. But that's never been what I was about or why I started modeling. I started modeling because it was an outlet for me. It was something that I didn't even dream that, well, I didn't even think I would really be able to do for so many reasons. So the moment I had my first photo shoot, I just took off from there. I never looked back. I just kept going and kept going. And eventually I was able to build a small let me not say small like that. I was able to build a following from just posting my IG pictures. And a lot of these pictures, I did all of the styling and makeup and all of that stuff to get started. But again, that's for later on in the video. But my point is that I didn't get into modeling to portray a lifestyle. I got into it because I love to create. I love the process of transforming myself and then getting it from in front of a camera and having somebody capture what I created or what we created. So again, going back to this whole everybody living lavish or whatever, I've had a lot of people look down on me. Like, once, you know, just based off of my Instagram, I guess they expect a certain type of person, or they expect that I'm out here trying to live flashy or whatever. So, like, real story, like, I've met people that treated me like shit in real life because they saw my Instagram first and gather up whatever they gathered up from it. And when they met me, and I guess my financial status didn't meet their expectations, that caused them to treat me like shit. You know, and I'm sure we all go through it. People thinking, you don't have as much as them, so they don't owe you as much, you know, respect and stuff like that. So I've always been the type of person that really love making things look just amazing and not having to spend a lot of money. And I think I got that from my mother, because growing up and stuff, I never really grew up as the rich kid, but I will say I grew up as the kid that always had stuff. Like, I always had clothes, I always had material things, you know what I'm saying? And that was because that's just I guess. And not only did I have those things, but bringing it back to how it inspired me to start Bougie on a Budget. Like, a lot of those things that I had, people didn't know that my mom was just a person that knew how to buy great things on a low budget. So she was able to always constantly give me and my brothers things, because I guess she was always a bargain shopper. So I grew up in a home where I watched my mom give me so much on a budget. So that was like kind of my foundation for how I've like always like lived my life, especially like during my hardest times. That's how I was even able to keep up my Instagram, because I never sat around and said, oh, I have to go spend thousands of dollars to make things look good. I went to thrift stores, I went to regular stores, I put things together, I created the vibe by shopping on a budget. So, and like I said, that's pretty much been my lifestyle in every area. So just going back to what I said, I can't tell you why you should start modeling on Instagram. Oh, and before I go any further, this advice is for women who are 18 and above, preferably 21 and above. I cannot stop anybody from wanting to get into IG modeling. But if you do, I hope you stay tuned to my channel, because I have a bunch of other videos coming up on how to like mold your Instagram into being something that you can turn into a business. But anyways, I can't tell you why to get on Instagram, but find your own style, find your own reasons, and take it from there. If you have the means to get on Instagram and actually display lavishing things, and you have the money for that, that's not a problem. Do that. And even watching my channel, you'll know how to put those things together just on a bigger budget. But if you're somebody like me who didn't or don't really have much to work with, but you still want to lift yourself up and get started, please stay tuned to my channel. I got so much for you. I wanted to create this space because I wanted those of us who can't afford to have big budgets to live on to have a space where we don't feel ashamed for living our lives on a budget. Like I said, people love to shame you for not having what they have, even though some of them have it and are still not happy, which is the funny thing. And some of them fail to realize that some of us that don't have it, we don't have it because we refuse to sell out to have it. So if it means it got to take longer for me to really have it the way that makes me feel good, I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait. But anyways, I wanted to create a space where there was no shame to share tips on how to live your life on a budget and save money. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no judging over here. Ain't no reason to even be shamed. Rich people stay rich by budgeting. They don't get rich and then go blow it. They budget. That's why they still rich, and they're gonna be rich till they die. You know what I'm saying? Stick with your girl. I got you. Now that I got that out the way, like I said in today's vlog, before I start giving y'all my tips and all of that, I just want to tell you guys a little bit more about me, how I got into IG modeling, networking tips, all of those type of things. Now that we got that out the way, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Anyways, I started modeling in Philadelphia. Yes, people, I started modeling in Philadelphia in 2016. It was around the era that IG modeling, especially for black girls, really started, especially for Afrocentric black girls. That was around the time where my timeline, I had just gotten on Instagram, and my timeline was filled with all these beautiful chocolate dark-skinned girls, like in all these different styles, and I mean just bold colors, bold backgrounds, melanin's popping, lip gloss popping, afros. It was just the shit, okay? And I knew I needed to be a part of that, you know what I'm saying? Because finally I was seeing something publicized that represented what I look like. So I didn't just jump right in. I ended up doing some research for a while. I looked up different photographers in the Philadelphia area. That's where I was living at the time. I looked up different photographers. I reached out to a few of them, told them, hey, I've never done this before, but I'm interested in modeling or taking pictures, and I would love to shoot with you. And luckily, I don't know now, because a lot of photographers now, they popping to the point where they not trying to really do free shoots like that. But around that time, a lot of photographers were on the come up too. So a lot of them were doing pictures for Time. I think it is Time, TP. I'm gonna have to look that up and let y'all know. I don't want to give y'all the wrong, but pretty much it's just Time for pictures. The photographer give you the pictures for your time. So I used that to my advantage, and I was able to book my first shoot with a photographer called Humble But Hungry. And it was amazing. We found, he already had a space that he would rent at. So he told me how much the space cost for a few hours. We went half on the space, and I styled myself, hair and makeup. I had a friend of mine at the time come through. We met through Instagram, through networking. So I had told her, this is my first shoot, come through please, and, school me, give me tips, help me with my makeup, this and that. So I had a friend of mine come through. My roommate at the time came through too. So that day was just everything I feel like I had been looking for at the time. Like, it was an actual set. And now that I'm actually telling y'all, I'm like, damn, it really was fucking it really was popping. It really was popping. It was a whole set. We had like the makeup table and stuff with all the lights and stuff, and it was just a vibe. And my friend and the photographer was freaking amazing. We gelled perfectly fine, and we took amazing pictures. Now, I won't say that first photo shoot was like oh my God, like this is the most beautiful popping pictures I've ever seen in my life. And they were beautiful pictures. But obviously, now that I've taken so many pictures, I'm like, okay, that's where I started from. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a little run through of that first photo shoot I did. And it was an Afrocentric photo shoot. I had a head wrap. I would link it in this vlog, but I'd have to go look for it and this and that. But I'll show y'all in a later vlog how those pictures came out. So that was my first photo shoot. And after that, once I posted those pictures and started getting likes and people started seeing those pictures, I reached out to other photographers, and photographers actually started reaching out to me too. So that's how I got into it. And a lot of my photo shoots was outdoors because I'm very Afrocentric, and I just wanted to capture myself in the outdoors. We'll get into that another time. But that's how I got into modeling. I planned my first shoot, took great pictures, posted it, and continued to network. And one thing led to another, and now we're here. My experience with IG modeling so far has been amazing. It definitely helps me build my confidence. Before I started modeling on Instagram, I never thought I would be so comfortable in front of a camera. Y'all know how, you go out and you take pictures of your friends, and you take pictures with your friends and stuff like that. I hated taking pictures. I hated being on camera. I didn't even want to Snapchat. I hated when my friends posted me on their Snapchat. I hated being on Snapchat. I hated when my friends took pictures of me because it never came out. It never captured my true essence. You know what I'm saying? I always looked ugly. It was not it, okay? I didn't like it. But anyways, so when I actually got in front of the camera and took those pictures, it was like, yo, so I can actually stand in front of the camera and look good? Like, you mean all these years I've been taking pictures, and if they've been looking like crap, it wasn't because I was actually like not good looking. It was because crappy camera, crappy lighting, crappy angles, all this other crap that took away from me. And now that I'm actually being captured in a way that brings out my beauty, I see that I want to be in front of this camera some more. And it was just a done deal. Okay, so I love IG modeling. That was my experience. I loved it because, like I said, I didn't get into it for the popularity. I didn't get into it to portray that I was living a lavish lifestyle. It was the beginning of me coming out of my shell. And even back then, I knew that was a starting point for me, which a lot of people didn't know. I never wanted to be that girl. And mind you, I didn't even grow up being the pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? So when I did feel that sense of, okay, I'm pretty, I have something or whatever, I never wanted it to be just, I'm pretty, I'm showing my body, or I'm doing this and that. I always knew that women who were the most boss bitches in the world are those women who have the sex appeal, the beauty and whatever, but their mind, their brains match that. So like, they just fucking powerful. And I'm sorry that I'm cussing so much, but I just get excited when I talk about powerful women. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so yeah, I never thought, oh, I just want to be that girl that's posting just sexy pictures and stuff. So I would, a lot of the times, my quotes, I would use like Maya Angelou quotes or just Afrocentric quotes. You know, I always wanted my pictures to have a message to it. So my experience of IG modeling, like I said, I love it. I'm thankful for coming across it. I'm thankful for what it has done for my self-esteem. And no, not just the validation from the internet, just me being able to look at myself in a way that I never in a million years as a teenager, as an adolescent, like when you grow up in a family where everybody pick on you about your looks your entire life and pick you apart. And when you finally arrive to a place where you're like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? It does something for you. And I can't believe I got this far without mentioning another reason too why I was excited to get into IG modeling is going back to family. I'm not going to say her name or whatever, just for privacy reason, but my aunt, when I was a kid, you know, at a family function or whatever, that was around the time I was just meeting her. She's my uncle's spouse. So that was my first time meeting her. So it was this stranger. Mind you, like I said, I grew up in a family where I was picked apart for my looks my entire life. So here I was for the first time meeting this stranger. And out of a crowd of other kids that people praise to be more beautiful than me my entire life, she picked me. Like, and she's a fashionista, Afrocentric. She's a creative. She's an artist. And that's like my fairy godmother. But anyways, she at that young age, you know, told me she wanted me to be like, I guess she was doing like a fashion show or something she was doing. She was like, oh, I want her. She has these beautiful high cheekbones. She has this beautiful African features. She has this and that. She just kept going on with all this positivity about my looks. So that now that I'm 29, I know that's a seed that was planted, you know, because I carry that with me. When you're used to negativity and somebody say that, you know, little bit of positivity, even if you don't realize it, then your subconscious carries that with you. And I guess that's how, somehow I wished to be led in front of a camera and to feel exactly how she described me. And that's kind of how all of this started for me. So like I said, it was never about portraying that I live a lavish lifestyle. It was just for the pure art of it. So of course, y'all know we cannot talk about the good, the great without talking about the bad, the ugly. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I definitely want to say is that if you're going to get into IG modeling, especially if you're starting out not taking your own pictures, you're meeting photographers and stuff, You have to be very, 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 very careful about who you meet. Especially like when I first started, it was scary then, but it's even more scary now because any old body can just get up and buy a expensive camera, or not even buy a decent camera, take pictures, throw some stupid editing, and say they're a photographer. Don't be so desperate to get into the industry that you jump at anybody that says, hey, let me take a picture of you, especially if they're, or especially like with the first photo shoot, they're telling you they want to do like nudity. And now if that's the type of art form that you're doing, that you disregard what I'm saying. But if that's not what you're doing, don't let nobody pressure you, especially a first photo shoot. Hey, let's do nudity and this and that. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do to get started. Let me repeat that. You do not have to do anything that you do not want to do to get started. Take your time. When you meet this photographer, it don't even matter if they have more followers than you. Make sure that their work is even up to par. You're the prize too. You're the one. You're the prize. You're the muse. You're the one that's gonna make the picture look good. It's the makeup on you that's gonna make the picture look good. It's the clothes on you that's gonna make the picture look good. It's your skin against the bold background that's gonna be beautiful. Now, that's not to take away from the photographer's job, because that's a whole nother thing on its own. But I'm just saying, you are equally as important. So do not go into it like, oh my God, I'm so. Be grateful, be excited, but know that you're a boss too. And you know what I'm saying? You're not desperate. You know what I'm saying? Because if you come into this desperate, you're going to be chewed up, because it's a bunch of sketchy people who cannot wait to push you to see how far you're willing to go for an opportunity. If that's your thing, if you're willing to do whatever to get to the top, I have nothing to say about that. No judgment over here. Everybody have their way of gaining success, but that's not what we do over here. I built my brand and pride myself in knowing that I did not need to do anything compromising to get ahead. And I still stand on that, and coming this far and knowing that I have not done anything that I can't go to sleep and sleep peacefully at night over, I'm good. Trust me. That's the best thing you can do for yourself if you're going to do this. Have a foundation within yourself where you say, no matter what, I'm not going to sell out who I know I am to fit in to this new world that I'm trying to step into. I'm going to go into it and give it my best. And what's for me, those people who see what I'm trying to do, I will connect with them. And those who are asking me to do things that I'm not trying to do, I will politely decline. It's that simple. Do not do anything that you don't want to do. There are sketchy people. Now, fortunately, like I said, for me, the most I will say with my irritation with photographers has been, taking my time and doing a photo shoot, and then them not feeling the need to give me the pictures. Even if you don't want to edit it, that's fine. I'm pretty decent at editing myself. But if I take my time as the muse and do my makeup and do this and that and show up and take the pictures, and you don't give me back nothing at all, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I hate that. And not only, there's some that will edit that, I don't know. My issues with photographers has been minor, so it's things like that, not giving me anything back as far as like pictures and stuff, or editing just not being up to par, or standing me. Oh my God, that's my biggest pet. I'd rather even, which, like I said, I hate that first one, but the second one, that I'm about to say, I hate to plan a shoot with somebody. Take your time, do your makeup, do this and that, drive to the location or be on your way to the location, and then they tell you, I'm not coming, or they don't say anything at all. Like, what? You think this is an option? You really think this is an option for you to waste my time like this? Wow. But those are the type of people, like I said, when you have that pride within yourself, you just cut your loss and say, you know what, I'm never shooting with this person again. It is what it is. We are all important. Whether you're the photographer, makeup artist, muse, model, whatever. We're all important, and make sure that the people you work with are respecting your time. And I will say it one last time. Do not compromise your self-worth to do this. It will never be worth it at all. Another thing I love about IG modeling was it gave me an opportunity to attend networking events when I was in Philly. Oh my God, y'all, I really was freaking popping in Philly, okay? I was doing the damn thing, okay? I was doing it. I was modeling I did a lingerie shoot for this, what's that strip club in Philly called? Vanity Grand. I ended up not actually being in the fashion show because I think I got annoyed and stopped going to the rehearsals and stuff. But I went to rehearsals, which I networked. I met models. Oh my God, network, you guys. If you put enough effort in your first shoot, it will bring what it needs to bring, okay? Because I did, and that strip club fashion show, yes, it's a strip club or whatever, but I wasn't stripping. I wore lingerie, you know what I'm saying? And not only did I get picked to be in the fashion show, I got picked to be top 3 to do promo, like the overall promo for the whole show. So you never know, no matter what you look like, and that's part of the reason why I never thought I could model, because it's like, I don't have that look. Y'all know the look I'm talking about. Y'all know the look I'm talking about. I don't have that look, so I never thought that I would stand out like that. You know what I'm saying? So the moment I started modeling and I started just getting picked out to do specific things inside of other things, I'm like, damn, B, okay, all right. But anyways, so, and like that photo shoot was popping. We shot with a really dope photographer like a known, published photographer for that shoot. It was so much fun. And not only did I do that shoot there, but eventually another friend of mine that I met through that event, we started a waist bead brand. And we were able to shoot in that same studio that shoot was popping. That shoot was popping. We had all different kinds of models. We had an Asian model. We had African models. We had different models. I had a friend of mine at the time. She wasn't really, like, she's a creative herself, but she wasn't modeling, but she modeled for that photo shoot. It was just so much fun having everybody in their looks, and and that's kind of the vibe that's coming right to Goddess Trends. Actually, that vibe from that photo shoot is what's about to come to Goddess Trends, honestly. But that shoot was amazing. But anyways, like I said, it's those type of things. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to be everywhere. If you're gonna be in this, because it is an industry. IG modeling, don't let nobody tell you it's not an industry. It's an industry in its own. It's kind of like how in the 90s and early thousands, those video vixens, I actually even prefer the title video vixen over IG model or IG thought. Like, the fucking disrespect. You know what I'm saying? The disrespect. I prefer video vixen. But now the world has gotten so much more disrespectful, so we just gotta be all the thoughts and whores and sluts of the world, I guess, if that's how y'all see it. Because that's not how I see it. When I'm creating, that's not what my lens are seeing. So, I mean, but y'all see it how y'all see it. Those who see it how I see it will resonate. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, do not sleep on really strategizing where you are and stuff like that. And that doesn't mean clout chasing, because there's a difference. Those who are willing to do whatever to get to the top, those are the clout chasers. But taking your time and actually knowing why you're going to this place, who's gonna be there, how can it help you, that's strategizing. That's using networking to your advantage in the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I will tell you guys way more stories in details about my experiences with IG modeling in Philly. And not only did I didn't really IG model. Well, I did. I didn't really network in Atlanta. Yes, I did live in Atlanta for about a year and a half, but I didn't really network like that in Atlanta because it was a bigger city, and because of my experiences with certain photographers in Philly, I wasn't willing to just jump in. So my plan in Atlanta was to find one person and stay consistent with that one person, and that was an okay experience, but that shit burned up in flames. And I will tell you guys more about that at a different date. But at the end of the day, it was a great networking opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So no love lost on my end. Okay. All right. But anyways, like, I just do not clout chase, strategize. Yeah. I didn't really network with a large amount of photographers in Atlanta, but I did. In Atlanta, I focused more. I guess that's when, because I started Goddess Trends in Philadelphia, in the Philadelphia, Delaware area. But then when I relocated to Atlanta was when I really started promoting it. Although I wasn't IG modeling, everything I was doing was to promote my business. So all the pictures I was taking, and at the time was when I was really crocheting. I do crochet. So all of my, I had a fashion show in Atlanta, or I won't even say a fashion show, but it was more like a fashion showcase in Atlanta of all my crochet pieces. I had models. It was pretty much a networking event. I threw a networking event in Atlanta, and it was amazing. All the models got to network with each other. That's what I keep trying to stress to y'all. Go to events, because even if when you're a part of something, you're gonna meet other people that's a part of it, and you're gonna meet more people. And now that I'm telling y'all, like, yes, I know these things, but now that I'm saying it to y'all, it's even really registering to me. You have to network. You have to network. You have to network. I can't believe I almost forgot to talk about one of the other parts about IG modeling that's not all peachy. The stereotypes. The stereotypes is not just gonna be about how much money you have, ladies. If you're gonna get into this world, make sure you have a strong backbone, because of course we live in a misogynistic world, and men just swear that they are the gatekeepers of what women should be doing with their lives, I guess. So if you're the type of woman that live your life according to how men think you should live your life, then I don't think my channel is for you. But if you're the type of woman that you live your life how you want to live your life, stick with your girl. But anyways, the stereotypes, just be prepared that family members are, depending on what type of, because the thing about me, I haven't just taken one style of IG modeling. I'm a very versatile person in general. So even in my beginning stages of doing this, I never did just one style of modeling. I did bikinis, I did fully clothes, I did baggy clothes. That was my chance to show what all I could do. So like literally every photo shoot, I was given different vibes. That's kind of what helps me get noticed. You know what I'm saying? I was creating different vibes. But for some reason, because of the world that we live in, this patriarchal world that we live in, friends, family, people that needed something to talk about only wanted to talk about the bikini pictures. I have family members telling me I'm naked myself on the internet, I'm doing this and that, I'm slutting myself out, I'm doing this and that, I'm selling my soul for money, and you know what I'm saying? Like, but the worst of it was the slut shaming is what I'm trying to say. Society will try to slut shame you because you're supposedly a IG thought. You can have a feed that has so many different whatever, but just have two where you're in a nice string bikini. Then all of a sudden, if that affects you, like I said, then I think before you get to a place where you want to do this, I think you should really work on yourself to get past that for you to get to this point of actually building the brand, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. People are going to talk shit. They're gonna have their stereotypes to place on you, to project on you, to make you feel like you're doing something that you're not doing. But all of that is only to make their self feel like they're living their life right. No. Like, no. You know, y'all heard that quote that says it's never the rumor that bothers me, it's always the audacity of the mouth is coming out of. Oh, I don't even want to start talking crap right now. But anyways, do not let the haters get to you. I'm not going to lie to you. You guys, throughout this journey of mine, I've been through a lot of crap, like mainly at the hands of family. And like I said, those are the vlogs that will come at later times. But I had to like stand my ground to stand in my own skin. You know what I'm saying? To like literally stand in my own skin. I had to like stand my ground. And if this is the world that you are going to get into, you're going to have to do the same for yourself. Don't let nobody pass their judgment, their projections of who they feel they actually are, or even just a hate. Just you doing something that they didn't think you could do or should do, or, you know, something you're not fit for, you're not pretty enough, you're not thick enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not light enough, your hair's not this enough. If you let that enough shit get to you, you will never get where you want to go. And I let the enough stuff get to my head for a while, trust me. And now that it's out, we moving forward. We move. So take this from your big sis. I don't know how I turned it into you guys big sis so quick, but take it from your big sis. Don't let that get to you. And even if it does, because we're all human, I wouldn't be able to be so bubbly and myself if I didn't sit and allow my spirit to out that crap. You know what I'm saying? So you might, before you get started, you might have to sit with yourself and spit out all that toxic crap family and friends fed you. And then you'll be able to like really step into the limelight and be who you were made to be, or who you want to be. You know? Thank you guys so much for watching this week's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely have a lot more videos coming, more detailed videos coming on how to build a brand simply from taking beautiful pictures on Instagram. I will also later on show you guys how to take those beautiful pictures and turn it into a business or several businesses. Like I said, it was so great chatting with you guys today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please like, comment, subscribe to your girl, because I love chatting with y'all. I'll see y'all next week.